Imagine an island that appeared on maps for over 2 centuries, charted by explorers, included in official naval records, and referenced in global databases. And then, one day, it was gone. No shipwrecks, no ruins, no explanation. Just erased, as if it had never existed. What happened to Sandy Island? Was it a mistake, a natural disappearance, or something else entirely? Today, we'll uncover 5 undeniable facts about the island that was erased from history. Sandy Island, also called Ile de Sable, was first recorded by European explorers in 1774, when British navigator Captain James Cook charted the region. Over the next 2 centuries, the island was confirmed by whalers, sailors and cartographers, and it became a standard feature on globally recognised nautical charts and atlases. By the modern era, Sandy Island appeared on Google Maps, the Times Atlas of the World, and even scientific databases. It was marked as approximately 24 kilometres or 15 miles long and 5 kilometres or 3 miles wide, located in the Coral Sea between Australia and New Caledonia. But when researchers tried to locate it in 2012, something shocking happened. There was no island, just open ocean, thousands of feet deep. In November 2012, a team of Australian geologists from the University of Sydney set out aboard the research vessel RV Southern Surveyor. Their goal? To update ocean floor data in the Coral Sea. But when they arrived at the exact coordinates of Sandy Island, their navigation equipment revealed something impossible. There was no island at all, only deep ocean, measuring approximately 1,400 metres or 4,600 feet below the surface. They double-checked every source, satellite images, past records, even historical logs. Everything pointed to Sandy Island's existence, but in reality, it simply wasn't there. The researchers reported their findings, and within months, the island was officially removed from maps, atlases, and even Google Earth. But how did it end up on maps for over 237 years if it never actually existed? One of the most widely accepted explanations is that Sandy Island was a cartographic mistake perpetuated for centuries due to human error. How could this happen? In the early days of exploration, many maps were based on second-hand reports, misinterpretations, or simple visual illusions. Some believe Sandy Island was a misidentified pumice raft, a floating mass of volcanic rock often released after undersea volcanic eruptions. These rafts can be large enough to resemble land, drifting for years before breaking apart and sinking. Another possibility is an optical illusion, where reflections, shadows, or shifting clouds made sailors believe they had seen land where there was none. Yet this theory has one major flaw. Why did so many different explorers, whalers, and even military ships continue to report the island's existence for centuries? Even though Sandy Island first appeared in the 18th century, its persistence on modern maps is even more baffling. Long after the age of sailing ships and hand-drawn charts, Sandy Island was still included in digital mapping systems, GPS databases, and even Google Earth until 2012. So how did an island that never existed remain in modern cartography? One explanation is that Sandy Island may have been the result of a 20th century data entry error that was never corrected. The error is often attributed to the CIA's World Data Bank, an influential database used by scientists, military agencies, and governments worldwide. It's believed that an early mapping mistake was copied from older sources and then carried over into modern digital mapping systems, repeated so often that it was assumed to be real. This theory is supported by the fact that Sandy Island was missing from some highly detailed naval charts used by the Australian and French governments as early as the 1970s. These maps, which relied on actual navigational surveys, never recorded the island, suggesting that professional mariners already knew it wasn't real. But the mistake lived on in global digital databases, leading to its continued inclusion on Google Maps, atlases, and even scientific references. Even today, the exact nature of what lies beneath Sandy Island remains a mystery. Sonar scans confirm there is no trace of landmass or geological remains, which is unusual if an island had ever existed there. If Sandy Island was a reef, a sandbank, or even a volcanic atoll, there would typically be some residual structure or debris on the ocean floor. But instead, the seabed is completely smooth. And here's another eerie detail. Sandy Island isn't the only island to mysteriously disappear. Throughout history, maps have included dozens of so-called phantom islands, some of which were later proven to exist, while others faded into legend. So, what really happened to Sandy Island? Was it a mapping error, a forgotten landmass swallowed by the ocean, or simply a mistake that lasted for centuries? How many other places have been erased, and why? If you love uncovering lost history, eerie mysteries, and unexplained secrets, subscribe to Darklight Archives. Let's keep the search for the truth alive.